Welcome, welcome. I want to say I am so interested in our talk today because if you are looking to be a firm of the future as opposed to a firm of the past, this is something that is going to be a must listen to. I'm Lauren Fogelman with Business Success Solution, and our topic today is how accounting firms can tap into the benefits of AI automation. And that is a wide host of things, but what I can see is that it makes a difference for firms as they're moving forward regarding efficiency as well as being more effective. Today's special guest is Mark Flynn, and you are absolutely in the right place if you're interested in how AI is affecting the accounting profession, practical, quick win AI automation solutions. So we're going to give you some real nuts and bolts there, and then tapping into the value that AI offers firm owners. I absolutely suggest you have your pen and paper ready, take some notes. Mark is very generous in what he's going to share. And then as we wrap up, we'll go ahead and let you know how you can connect with him to have further conversations. Mark Flynn, he advises accounting professionals, firm owners on AI solutions. He sees it as an accounting accelerator. And basically, what he believes is by showing firm owners how to be able to bring technology and AI into their processes, it helps to maximize their investment with what they're doing regarding technology, as well as increasing the value of a firm, making it more profitable. And you can learn more about Mark Flynn and his business Computer Care at Computer, COMPURTERC. So computerc.co.uk. Now, I'd like to officially, warmly welcome Mark. Thank you for joining me today.
Hey, Lauren, thanks for what a wonderful introduction. I really appreciate that. I must record that myself and use it myself. It's very kind of you to introduce me along those lines.
And before we start talking about AI, IT, all those acronyms that really make a difference for firm owners regarding technology and the direction that it's going in, can you just give some background as to how you got to be an IT specialist for accounting firms?
Well, do you know what? That's I wish I had a strategic plan, Lauren. It's I'm just a great advocate of technology and working with clients in adopting that to improve their productivity, and be that cybersecurity, AI, and hybrid working. And I'm just a very curious person, and I just love adding value. I don't know whether it's the way I've been brought up, Lauren, in terms of the values I have, but hey, I just want to help people get the most out of the investment in IT. And today is very much about AI, which is just a passion project for me.
And because of what we're going to be talking about today, can you kind of give an overview as to what we will be touching on? Because you mentioned cybersecurity, AI, hybrid working, all those things are so relevant for where the industry is going right now.
Yeah, do you know what? Everyone is talking about, and I think we've got to get over this, really get over this fear and uncertainty about it. But everyone is talking about how the accountancy sector is potentially vulnerable to AI. Yeah, the sky is falling in. Yeah, it's gonna eat our lunch. Yeah, it's going to destroy the way we operate and our business works. And many are curious about the impact it could have on the business. And today, Lauren, what I want to do is break through that fear and discuss some practical, quick win AI automation solutions in the form of, for example, AI chatbots that will help accountancy firms visualize the value of value that AI could bring to the business. Because I think there's a real kind of lack of understanding, because people, time's precious. We haven't got enough time to invest in terms of doing our own research. There's a lack of understanding how AI could add value to an accountancy practice or firm or business.
And so often people, when they're thinking about something, moving in a new direction, there's some concerns about it. They might not know how to really use it, understand it. There's all the security factors. And what it reminds me of is so many other industries where they saw the signs of where the industry was going too late. That would be in the US, Blockbuster, Kodak, travel agents once Priceline came on the scene. And because of that, some people are saying that the firm, the accounting profession is also going down that doom and gloom road. What are your thoughts about that, Mark?
I think that those comparisons, Lauren, I think are spot on, and we need to look to the future and embrace these great technologies. Now, I believe that AI is not some horror story that will kill off your accounting business or destroy the accounting sector. I really do believe that. It's only going to augment, it's only going to add value to how you currently operate. And that's the mindset that accountants need to have. The problem is, right now, Lauren, very few accountants are doing anything meaningful with AI. They're just too busy, getting on with a day job of serving their clients. So what we are finding is that in the majority of cases, accountants simply don't know how they might use AI within their firms, above and beyond, using in that kind of superficial way of using ChatGPT, for example, to write them some blog posts for their website. The fact is, accountants need to start experimenting with AI and not be that laggard, not be that kind of business that does go out of business, because if you're not looking at AI, your clients will be. For example, you should be looking, firms should be looking to, at a very simplistic level, using ChatGPT as their intern, the intern that never sleeps. It doesn't cost you any money, doesn't have a bad day, doesn't throw a sickie on you, doesn't need holidays, doesn't need promotions and so on. They're just there 24/7 and are just really happy to serve you and your clients and also your prospects. Now, AI is really going to change a lot of accounting jobs, but I must emphasize, as I did right at the beginning, it's for the good, it's positive, but you've got to get in and you've got to start looking at how that might apply to your business right now. You should be looking to use AI, for example, to automate those low value, repetitive tasks that don't add a huge amount of value to what you're doing. Identify those, because if you do and use AI to automate those tasks out of business, it'll free up time for you to do more high value customer facing kind of advisory type work, which is, that's the big bucks kind of stuff. That's how you differentiate yourself. And you can use AI to give yourselves that headroom to start doing that. You should therefore see AI in a positive light, really augmenting your day-to-day activities and helping you be more productive and allow your business to scale cost effectively. Because we've got to look at the fact that, we want to improve our productivity, but often a key limit to our growth and our ability to scale is finding good people to join our firm and bring them up to speed as quickly as possible. So if we can't find those people, those new people, those talent people to join our organization, how can we maximize the talent that we have within the organization and give them the tools to be the best they possibly can? And that really is where AI can be a strategic asset to your firm. But if you don't do it, somewhere down the line, your competition will, and they will eat your lunch.
Right. And one of the things I'm thinking of is that firm owners have a wide range of being tech savvy. Some of them are using lots of different types of apps and software to be more efficient and to be able to lower their overhead as well. And then others are slowly thinking about it. For the ones that are maybe a little bit slower to adapt, can we just maybe come up with some type of definition about more elementary about what AI actually is?
Well, in terms of how we can help the firm, Lauren, is that
actually just giving a fundamental explanation of AI in general and how it would work with a firm.
Okay, I think best to bring that to life, Lauren, is to look at some practical examples of how an accounting firm can use AI within the firm, because we talk about how it can augment, how it can add value, how can it improve the productivity. But if I was just to touch upon just a few examples of where it can practically help an accounting firm, I think that brings it to life better in terms of the definition.
Absolutely.
And if we start with looking at the kind of micro tasks, those everyday repetitive tasks that something like ChatGPT could automate out your business. And ChatGPT is one example of a large language model, which is an example of AI, which has got all the press at the moment. Yeah, there's many other examples and many other tools out there that you should be looking at. But if we were just to focus on using ChatGPT, for example, you could use it for data entry preparation work. Yeah, let's assume you've just received a PDF of a bank statement from a client. Yeah. You can copy and paste those lines into ChatGPT and ask it to reorder it into a CSV file format, which you can then import into your accounting system. Yeah, so that's one simple example of how you can speed things up. You could get ChatGPT to categorize the expenses on a credit card statement you've received from a client. So you can copy and paste from that PDF, but be mindful of that. Make sure you don't copy and paste any personal identifiable information, such as the client's name and so on, just the credit card details. Then you can use it in that fashion as well. And you could use ChatGPT to write emails, yeah, to clients. So you're just about to put their fees up, yeah. So how do you create an email that has got the right tone, is professional, you want to be engaging? Now, there's nothing more kind of difficult when you're staring at a blank screen. You've got this customer in your mind. Yeah, how do I get across? I'm going to put their fees up. Well, you could use ChatGPT to create that email for you in seconds, and rather you staring at a blank screen, it's going to produce 80% of the kind of email that you want to send to that client, and you simply modify it. You spend 5-10 minutes doing that. So you are spending 5-10 minutes working with this intern, which is ChatGPT, to write that email. Yeah, so you're not staring at that screen for like half an hour thinking, how the hell am I going to get that across to the client that their fees are about to go up, and we've got cost of living crisis and inflation and so on, and times are tough. But yeah, that's a fine example of reporting. That's another example of where you might use ChatGPT within your business. You could perform a financial analysis on a P&L report in your accounting system. You could export it into ChatGPT, yeah, and get it to do an analysis of your profit margins, the operating costs of your client for that P&L, and what estimated tax liability will be for that year. So there's a lot you can use. And for example, preparing for a client meeting is another fine example where you could use ChatGPT, to help prepare for that meeting based on that analysis you just performed on that P&L report that you've pulled from your accounting system. So you could ask ChatGPT, create for me an agenda and 10 minutes worth of dialogue, yeah, that to allow you to prepare for that meeting with a client, because the client simply wants to understand the headline, the basics, get across to them the results that are in that P&L report, so that you're adding value to that client. And again, it's reducing the amount of time you need to do in prepping for that client meeting. You could use it for tax research as well. That's another fine example, yeah. Perhaps I'm going on a little bit too long, Lauren, in terms of example, but bear with us.
This is great, because what I'm thinking about for people that haven't tried it yet is it's similar to when search engines first started coming out on the internet, and Google, and how people first started searching for different types of information on Google and what they put in the keywords, and how they now search with more natural language when looking for things in Google. It sounds like it's a very similar process with ChatGPT as well.
Yeah, absolutely. There's other examples as well, Lauren. For example, a client has asked, okay, I'm thinking of buying a boat for work purposes. How could I make that work for me? Yeah. So you could get one of your junior members of staff to use ChatGPT to come up with a rationale of how they could use that. Yeah. and that could be passed on to their mentor, the senior member of staff. And again, ChatGPT will give you 80% of the information you want to pass to the client, advice you want to pass to the client. The senior member of staff can tweak it, and then that gets sent on to the client. So the junior member of staff's productivity improves. The partner or senior manager, their productivity improves simply by using ChatGPT in those simple examples. You could also use, Lauren, so we move away from simply using ChatGPT, and I would suggest always use the ChatGPT 4 version of ChatGPT. It costs you $20 a month, but it's a better service that you'll get. But you can also use AI chatbots to improve client communications, where you'll use AI chatbots to handle basic client questions. For example, if you've got someone looking for advice, be it a client or a prospect looking for advice on how to set up the business, where they need to look at, and they could engage with a bot, for example, and that's the difference between being a sole trader versus a limited company, for example, in the UK. But remember, however these might be setting off light bulbs in our head in terms of how we might use AI within our business, and keeping it simple. That's what I wanted to do in terms of these examples, is keep it very simple how you might use it. But remember, be cautious. The accounting client relationship is a delicate thing. Something you've cultivated over many years, that could easily be damaged if you get the introduction of AI wrong in your business. So when you're introducing AI in the form of AI bots and ChatGPT, you've got to ensure that you're improving the quality of customer service that you're providing your client, and they don't perceive it as simply you putting a barrier in the way between them using the services, because people do business with people, and we mustn't lose sight of that.
I absolutely agree. The most important thing is to be client-centered, because people don't want to be a transaction and have a relationship where they're reaching out to you, especially when it comes to their money in their business, and you don't know who you're talking to at all. There's no connection or relationship there, and that you might have too many layers, and it might end up being where there's no human interaction at all. It's primarily bots. So with that being said, do you feel that there's a particular tech stack that you would suggest that would be ideal for firm owners to consider?
And I wouldn't go as far as, we work with about, with about 10 different AI tools. And I think that's, what we're going to do is focus on the tools that we can use. And there's tools always being released onto the market. And that's so exciting. There's hundreds of tools out there. We'll deal with about 10 of those in terms of providing AI solutions to the accounting sector. They're always being introduced, and you might see us talking about others along the way. But the good news is, Lauren, you don't have to employ expensive AI experts yet to reinvent your business, because you're not reinventing your business, you're augmenting your business, you're adding value to improving productivity, improving the quality of service you're providing your customers. So it's always important, as you quite rightly say, what's the tech stack? It's always important to use off-the-shelf pre-built AI tools. That's the way forward, because you'll be able to, I'm sure there's a more kind of eloquent word to use, but you'll be able to quickly lash up solutions, because this is what it's all about. It's all about looking quickly to deliver value to your business in terms of productivity, providing customer service. How can you do that quickly? You've got an idea, bang, we want to take that to market in our firm, and using these AI tools that are off the shelf to do that. You should do that. And we've got several tools that we use in our stack, in our rig, to provide these kinds of solutions.
So then, are there anything that you feel would be like a first start for people that are interested in it but haven't quite made the move yet? They're still doing research, they're thinking about it, or maybe they've done the research, they're ready to take action. Like, what would be the first step to get started, Mark?
And I think that's it's so important. We've got to get accountants to that very point, Lauren. You're so right. We've got to stop prevaricating. We've got to stop thinking, I'm just too busy, I haven't got any headroom in which to look at this. Think of it as quick wins. And I believe we should start by looking at, or accountants should start by looking at introducing AI chatbots into their firm. Yes, you should be using ChatGPT and ChatGPT 4 on a daily basis to automate those micro tasks, and making sure you've got a set of prompts, standard prompts that you use across the business. But I want to take it a step further in terms of sophistication and looking at how we can use chatbots in your firm, in terms of internally or externally, in terms of clients and prospects. Now, accountants, let me just unpack that a little bit. So accountants spend so much time responding to the same old basic questions from clients that soak up so much of your time. How often, Lauren, do you think that the accountants, they've been told that, jump on this call, it's only going to be 10 minutes, and the client says, yeah, I promise it's only going to be a 10-minute call, and you end up being on that call for 45 minutes.
They get hijacked with that all the time. It is an ongoing thing that just disrupts the entire workflow and plan for the day. And then they lose concentration and have to take time to kind of like get back into the same frame of mind that they were before they got the disruption and took the call. So I'm definitely a fan of minimizing those disruptions.
Lauren, you smashed it, because it's not just, that 10-minute call turned into a 45-minute. It's the disruption to the flow, that mindset I had, the zone I was in terms of doing that billable work. Yeah, I've got to get back into that. And you can double that time of the disruption with the amount of time it's going to take me to get back into the swing of doing what I was doing previously. So we believe, why don't you build an AI bot that knows everything about your business, and what you've been doing for the last 10, 15 years, which clients and prospects could use whenever they want, So how do we do that? It's all about, ingesting all of that great content. Where is it? And this is going to be part of the kind of Sherlock Holmes kind of situation, where you need to find that information. Where are the sources of information across your business you rely on, you refer to, you share with clients and prospects? What we need to do is digitize that within the bot and surface that out using like a natural language, using ChatGPT as a front end, so I can have a conversation, a natural conversation with it. And if you look at, I've just gone off a bit of a tangent, but that's what we need to do. We need to digitize, we need to ingest all of that latent knowledge, all of that kind of documented knowledge, wherever it is in your inbox, in structured content. It could be YouTube transcriptions, Let's get it all into the bot and share that up to the client. And if you look at
part of what I'm thinking of, Mark, is that the idea sounds great, but so many firm owners are already maxed out on time with the day-to-day work anyway. Is there a way that you're able to actually help them digitize the information so that they can then go ahead and utilize the AI?
Yeah, that's the beauty of using off-the-shelf tools, because we can get we can get these bots up and running within a week. If we're working with a client, and this is the beauty of it, we need to deliver quick wins for an accounting firm. I don't want to get into selling the value of our organization, but we could get in this situation that we're going to do this, Mark. We want to provide this kind of high value content to clients wherever they are, 24/7, and allow them to service their needs. The basic questions, it's only information that we provided. We're not providing professional advice, we're providing information, And if they want professional advice, we're always driving them to have a one-to-one conversation with the relevant person within that firm. Now, so the beauty of it, using the tech stack that we got, we can have it takes us about a week, Lauren, to get an AI bot up and running.
Well, I would think that if I was trying to figure it out myself, it probably would take a lot longer, and it might not even happen or function correctly. Absolutely.
You've got to find the tech stack. There's lots of out there, which is the reputable ones, which are the ones with the best, got the kind of 5-star ratings and so on. We've been through all of that process. We've got the kind of reference ability. We know how to make this stuff work. That's our day job. Yeah. What the accountants need to do is simply take advantage of that and start looking. The beauty of it, Lauren. Yeah. If we can spin this up within a week, and it sounds a bit kind of salesy, I do apologize. It's all about the experience. If the accountant or the accountants can say, well, okay, that worked, that didn't. The good and the bad experience of using an AI chatbot in their organization, which we spun up in a week, is going to give them the bedrock of knowledge of how they can use AI within the rest of the business, yeah, and take everybody on that kind of iterative journey. That is so important. That is so neat, yeah. It's because you're going to start from being zero knowledge and go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 1 week, yeah. And then you can start looking, well, we've got this problem in this area of the business, or we think of launching this new service to this particular niche of clients. Well, how can we start using the experience we've got from the AI chatbot in these areas too? That's the beauty of it, is doing it quickly and learning fast, failing fast.
And Mark, with the firm owners that you have worked with, when they are making this move in this direction, in what ways does it free up time for them? Like, how much time do they get back, or what are they able to do that they couldn't do before?
Yeah, well, if you look at it, and if you look at the maths, Lauren, yeah, it's quite simple, really. If we look at the math, so let's say, yeah, you get an accountant gets, senior manager and a partner, whatever, gets lots of different emails and phone calls. Join me in this 10-minute conversation. Yeah, I've just got a quick question for you. Respond to this email. If you look at that and say, okay, how much time do I spend in those conversations answering those basic questions? That might be an hour a week. Yeah, I don't know. And then, so that's an hour spent answering those basic questions that clients have. And then, as you quite rightly pointed out, Lauren, it's not just the time I spent on that call or answering that email, it's the disruption to my working day as well, because I need to get on with chargeable work. I need to get on with servicing my clients. And so if we spend an hour per week, yeah, it's 48 kind of working weeks a year. Yeah, and that's just me. And that you multiply that by the maths of how do I charge my time out? And I look at it across all the other kind of senior managers and partners and so on within the organization. It quite quickly scales to quite a lot of money we're spending on non-productive work. Yeah. Why couldn't? So there's that. And now, again, I come back to the point, Lauren, it's important that we don't put this technology or is perceived as a block between us, our relationship with a client. But if we could get a client to self-serve using the bot that answers all these basic questions about the tax position, about the pensions, about whatever else they've got questions that we specialize in, the bot could then say, got any more questions? No. Okay. Would you like me to set up a meeting with Lauren at tax practice XYZ?
Right.
Yep. Brilliant. Okay. So let's find a convenient date and time. So we're looking at your diary, and they can choose some dates. Yeah. Integrating Calendly into using Zapier to do all of this. Yeah. To do the integration between different tools. We've got a workflow building up here. Yeah. And then the bot says, well, if you send me these 3 pieces of information or this bit of information or give me an introductory paragraph, that allows that accountant, everyone's got a date in their diary, we're going to meet next week. Yeah. The bot's done all that for us. And the accountant can then prepare for that with the information that the bot's collected from that client or prospect to make sure that they are engaged in high value work when they meet, rather than having the pre-meeting, which was to answer the basic questions.
That sounds brilliant, Mark.
Yeah, and the point is, Lauren, yeah, not everybody will want this. Yeah, you're going to get your old grey-haired, crusty customers that say, I don't want any of this stuff. Yeah, I know, Lauren.
They just want to talk to a real person.
Yeah. But the tech-savvy younger businesses, yeah, they get this. Yeah. They want that, and you need to be attracting potentially these new kind of tech-savvy customers and provide them with this service, and just make sure you position it as a high-value service, where you're servicing up all this kind of great IP you've collected over the 10, 15, 20 years you've operated as an organization. Here it is. You can engage with it 24/7. And the tech-savvy people, as a result of COVID, they don't want that so much human interaction. They just want that kind of use technology, self-serve, and that's what this fits into.
Excellent. As we're starting to kind of wind down, any next steps that you might suggest that we missed, Mark?
Well, I think to make this work, I think there's about 5 things, and I'll quickly brief through because thanks for reminding me of the time, Lauren. There's probably 5 things I'd suggest that we need to do to make this work. Is make sure we pull together all the time we're going to spend together. We'll put the bot in place in a week. The time we'll spend is finding and working with you to find all those PDFs that you've got, all the FAQs, your website, YouTube transcriptions, and so on. Where's the source of information? Because that's what is a value we need to ingest into the bot. Also, make sure, and this is what we do for our clients, is regularly check the answers that the bot's giving up. So every week to begin with, you might fall down to once a month once you get more confident with it, where you look at, okay, so the client or prospect asked this question. This is what the bot gave based on the information we ingested. Am I happy with that answer? Could I tweak it? Could I add more to it? So the next time you can edit that, and we'll work with you to edit those answers. So the next time somebody asks a similar question or that same question, bang, they're going to get the more of the answer that you want to give to them. So there's that constant learning that we're doing with it. And building follow-ups. We talk about this as a people business. Make sure that we've got an SLA in there so that if a prospect wants to call back, you call them back within half an hour. We can't get away from it. Otherwise, that lead goes stale. And what we've got to do is make sure the bot is driving that conversation, driving it through to the accountant who needs to make that call, and making sure we got the workflow and SLA to facilitate that. And make sure, the last one I'll share, there are others, but make sure you take all the accountants across the business on this journey with you, because it's not just what I can get out of it, it's what every accountant, what every senior manager, even the junior people within the organization can see. Show them the value it's delivering to customers, because then from the ground up, everybody will be looking for opportunities to see how they could use AI, and asking, and AI becomes quite a natural conversation to be having in meetings about how could we use it based on this experience of using chatbots and so on in other areas of business to address our problems and take advantage of opportunities in our sector. So that's the kind of advice I'd give, and that's the kind of journey we go on with our clients.
Okay, part of what I took away from this is first you need to collect the info and the data, and then recognize that this is an evolution. So there needs to be some constant checking to make sure that the answers are accurate and also have enough information within them. There needs to be a way to follow up and connect with someone within the firm if that person wants to have a further conversation. And also you need to get the firm on board and educate them as well. Does that kind of sum it up?
On the money.
Excellent.
I wish I could be that eloquent. I wish I could be that kind of guy. That's exactly what I needed to say, but I went around the houses.
I'll give you the notes later on. And I just want to say, every time that we talk, I learned something valuable from you regarding AI, IT, because those things are relevant to our businesses today, but I am definitely not the expert on them. And that's why I partner with people just like you, Mark, is to be able to have that awareness, but to also have you as a resource and a go-to. You made some very powerful points today. What we talked about was how AI is impacting the accounting profession. Also, some of those practical quick win automations you can use right now, as well as looking at the value for firm owners, as well as the client experience as too. So I just want to say, I so appreciate what you shared today generously. And Mark, I know you're with Computer Care. Please share how somebody might be able to reach out to you if they want to have a further conversation.
Yeah, I think call to action would be, let's have a 30-minute call, assess your needs, look at how AI bots could apply to your business. The AI bot for accountants that we got, it's a quick learner. We can quickly spin that up. Treat it as a pilot. Let's get some results from it. It's an on-ramp for firms to look at how AI can add value to the business. If they want to talk, then just drop me an email. Either, Lauren, they can come through you, or drop me an email at mark, M-A-R-K, .flynn, F-L-Y-N-N, at computerc.co.uk.
Perfect, Mark. Thank you so much for the engaging conversation. This is Lauren Fogelman with Business Success Solutions, showing accounting professionals how to double their income working half the time.